Hello, my name is Pranat. So today we have a podcast guest named Devansh Dikshit who has cracked GSOCs. So make sure you share this with your friends.
Long time, काफी here and there के बाद we finally got some time to sit together and talk and discuss. Really excited to be here, man. Thanks for having me. So, sure. Hi, hey guys. I'm Devansh. I graduated from BITS Pilani back in 2023. So I've been working in the software development field for around 2 years. I So the passion for software development started when I got into GSOC, Google Summer of Code, back in 2021, when I just completed my second year, and then I've been like exploring, doing DSA, and building some projects on the side since then. Um, After graduation, I joined Navi. Navi is a fintech company, Navi Technologies. It's by Sachin Mansal post his Flipkart acquisition. He started a fintech company called Navi, and I've been working there as a backend software developer. I got promoted to an SD2 in December, last December, 6 months back, and in June I switched my job to a AI startup called Zamp, and I've been working as a software developer there, working with AI, exploring AI, and just getting mesmerized by it. Yeah, that's been the journey so far. Sure. I mean, it depends, bro. Like GSOC, I would say if someone is new to coding, if he doesn't know anything about it, I would say Python is a very, you can say, closest to human language, where it's just and is an and, or is an or. There's no complex, low level pointers stuff. It's a very easy language to start, and it also has a lot of applications. you can you can learn AIML. You can do a lot of those stuff. You can also do a lot of API development, backend development. Yeah, so it's a very good and good language to learn, just to get your hands dirty. And I think instead of learning a language, you should pick a field. So you can maybe try your hands in different fields, see what excites you, and then yeah, just pick that field and try to learn more about it. I would recommend that over learning any language. Language is it's like normal English language. Like, for example, I mean not normal English language, but it's like normal language which we use, right? If I am getting a job in Karnataka, I would want to learn Kannada because it'll make things easier. So, for example, if you want to learn ML, if you don't know Python, it might make things little difficult. So it's easier to pick a field which interests and then learn the language which kind of helps you do that job pretty well. Yeah, that's the approach. Yes. Sure. Sure. Okay, so I'll give you when I participated in GSOC. I'll talk about that first, and I think there have been changes in GSOC since then. So when I participated in GSOC, we used to get $1,000 stipend. We also used to get so it was a 3 month program that students, specifically students, could do in their summer. So it started in mid May, and it went on till August, like mid August, like May end to August, mid August. So around 2.5 months of solid work, where there are some organizations, and it's an open source program. So if you want, I can touch upon what open source versus what closed source is. Sure. So open source is basically something which anyone can access the code for. So if Pranav wants to contribute and he feels that, so Mozilla Firefox is open source, for example. So if Pranav is using Mozilla Firefox and he feels that this feature should be there, so Pranav can check the repository, see, understand the code base, and then just implement it. Yeah, I mean that's a very simple way, but there are like moderators and org admins which might not let you implement everything. But yeah, that's open source where the code is accessible. But let's say if you join Google, right? If you like something about, if you, let's say, hate something about Google Chrome ads or something, right? So, but you can't do that because it's the code is owned by the Google, by Google company or Alphabet, whatever. Correct. So that essentially is closed source. Like the source code is closed for access. Access is not given to everyone, just the employees. So yeah, that's the difference between open source and closed source. So GSOC is an open source program which is sponsored by Google, uh, and there you actually can. There are a lot of these open source organizations in a lot of different fields and doing really exciting stuff. So they come up with different projects that they want help with, and then students actually apply to these projects. So I think you can apply to three different projects. When I gave GSOC, I was part of Circuitverse, an organization called Circuitverse, and I built their recommendation system. So it was an NLP based recommendation system, and this was before ChatGPT or something, or like all those tools came, right? So it was just pure Googling, Stack Overflowing, mind overflowing, and building. So that was fun. So yeah, that was my experience in GSOC. And you were asking about the perks, right? So perks for me was just, I mean, the biggest perk which I got was just the love of solving problems. So earlier, I in my first year I was very excited about finance. I was like, I'll go into finance and stuff. I was exploring a lot of other things like consulting, finance. First year mein, so I just explored a lot of things, man. And second year mein, I was like, ठीक है, let me just see what coding is, क्या है, कैसा है. And my branch was CS only. So but I didn't want to kind of pursue CS because in 11th 12th I didn't like CS that much. PCM, everyone's doing PCM. CS was just a distraction. So second year, I was like, okay, like, let's just give it a shot. GSOC में some things were interesting. I then the whole process of solving problems and when things work, it just the feeling is just amazing, right? So that is something which GSOC primarily gave me, and the confidence that I can implement anything that I want. Up to AI tools are गए हैं, so it's much more easier. But at that time, right, when there's like no one to help, just random people on the internet in a random thread at Stack Overflow that you are just seeing and referring, and it's working, it's not working sometimes. But yeah, that's the biggest perk. Apart from that, there are some monetary perks, $1,000 in cash if you complete. And I think it's in the, so there are two review cycles. One is a mid-year, the one is the end, final end year. So mid-year, if you complete, you get some amount. End year, you get the remaining amount, something like that. And yeah, I'm not sure if you get yeah. And then there is like, oh, sorry, I think I got muted. And then there is the other perk that yeah, I mean, uh, it's kind of respectable in the open source community that you have participated in Google Summer of Code, and it's a pretty decent thing, yeah. But there are also some misconceptions that I can probably talk about later. Coming on to the current structure, the last I checked, I think they have divided projects into two three categories like small, medium, large, and the duration also is different, right? And their stipend amount is also different, so that is a change. So anyone who's watching this, just look up the duration, see how much time do you have, how much do you want to contribute. Yeah. So these are the primary things which GSOC gives. Sure. Resources. So I would say it's not really an exam. There's nothing to prepare. Like, but yeah, you should. It would be easier if you know a language, and if you can find relevant projects which interest you in that language. So, for an example, right, in order to participate for GSOC, most of the projects which I could see were regarding web development. Okay, and web development, the primary stack is JavaScript based, and I didn't know JavaScript. I just knew Python and C++. So I was like, okay, I'll just push myself to learn JavaScript. I'll do it. But it wasn't just working out because understanding the code base also takes time. Okay, it used to take time. Now I think there are a lot of AI tools which can help you do that. So but now it's easier, man. Now it's so easy actually. Now that I think of it, just learn a language or not learn a language, get AI to do it. Yeah, the tools like Devin and stuff. My God. But yeah, okay. हमारे ज़माने में हमारे ज़माने में तो yeah, it was very difficult to learn a new language. So I was so in circuit was the project of the NLP based recommendation system that came very abruptly. So in January they decided that okay, that's one project that they want to build. And just because I had a ML background in first year, so I was involved in computer vision and those things. I kind of really like that. Uh, so I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And since I had a good enough grip on Python, so I just went ahead with it, man. And that was good. Like that kind of helped me save a lot of time. Yeah. So preparation wise, I would say ki prefer projects in your own language. Don't invest a lot of time in learning the syntax or stuff. But things have changed a lot, yeah. Like since the onset of AI, I mean, you can actually do that. Like it won't take a lot of time to learn and stuff to understand the code base. So given the current scenario, I would just suggest you to keep the hustle mode on. Just contribute as much as you can because the I would in a way say the bar has raised. People can understand code base very fast. People can write code, or they might not even write code. The AI can write good quality code, right? So just the knowledge of coding principles, OOP principles, writing clean code, those things kind of matter now. And those are anyways good practices if you want to pursue software development as a career. Yeah. Hmm. That's a very difficult question. So it's not one size fits all thing, man. Like if it's a random journey for everyone. Sometimes so I have a lot of friends who have like who have been part of GSOC, so we discuss these things frequently. So one of them, his project, the project that he was contributing from the start, like from October to kind of February, got scrapped at the last moment, or the organization didn't get selected. So things like that can happen anytime, bro. So there's no strategy as such, but yeah, if you keep understanding. So okay, let's say if you want to increase your chances for GSOC, I would say that pick four, five, three organization you can actually send proposal to. I'm not sure if that number has changed, but if it's three, then pick three organizations which you actually feel that oh, these guys are solving problems that I feel very passionate about, or these problems are close to me, or I actually want to contribute to these problems, right? uh, then choose projects which you feel are the most interesting, and then try to get clarity of the code base. Use AI a lot. That's something which if you don't at this point, you're just yeah, I wouldn't say you are a very good you have a good chance, because AI can help you understand the code base, summarize things, explain to you like very simply. If you don't understand the complex thing, let's say if I want to learn something which is very new, very off, I can just AI. So I can just ask AI, can you explain to me like I'm a 10-year-old? So it will explain you very simply, right? So it just helps a lot, man. So use AI, and yeah, just try to get as much context as possible, man. Just try to get as much context, and once you have a context, you would also have the ability to code faster. Yeah, so just push as much code as you can, and like the more you do that, the more visible you will be, the more trust you will gain, and the more the better chance you will have. That's all. That's what I feel in this age. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Bye.